Right, so in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing and showcasing the Gardena Impact Sprinkler. Now, I picked this up from Costco about 2 weeks ago. I can't remember exactly what the price was. It was around about £25-ish, I want to say, between £20 and £25 anyway. So I have been looking for a sprinkler for a while, and I just couldn't really find one that I thought would do the job. They range from anywhere from £10 to £40, and I just saw this and it was a bit of an impulse buy a few weeks back. So I thought I'd pick it up, give it a try and see what it's like. Now, before I get into sharing any of my thoughts about this sprinkler, we had a massive issue with the first one. So it worked for about 3 days perfectly, and then about the 4th day when I plugged it in, it was oscillating one way, but not oscillating the other way. So it would spin all the way around doing the sort of the variable spray function that it has. And when it would click to go the other way and to change function, it would seem to just stall and get stuck where it was. So that was a massive issue to begin with. I was considering just taking it back and buying a sprinkler from elsewhere. However, I did like how it worked when we first used it in the garden. And I thought, you know what, it might just be a faulty model. Go and get another one and it'll hopefully do the job. Now, I've used this one for the past couple of weeks, or probably about 2 weeks now. And it seems to be working perfectly. Not sure how long that's going to last for. Fingers crossed it lasts for longer than the previous one did. But yeah, we'll see how it gets on. Now, in terms of features that it has, it's got quite a few. Now, one of the main reasons that I bought this sprinkler was you could adjust how far it sprayed the water. So there's a little turning nozzle on the side that you can twist to adjust how far it does spray. Now, you've got to be careful with this because you don't want it to be going too far away. All you're doing is watering the walls or watering the fences. But you can find a nice even balance where it is going to spray most of the garden. Because it's a rotary sprinkler, a bit of an issue with my garden is the fact that it's a square. So I can't quite get into the corners. So what I have been doing is just watering the garden, leaving it on for 15 to 20 minutes, and then grabbing the hose pipe and just going up to those corners and spraying them, just so they don't get left to go dry whilst the other grass is being watered fully. Another thing as well is that when it does rotate round, it doesn't just have one spraying pattern. It has one that's sort of where it's like spray, 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 and then it has one where it will just continuously spray as it's going round. Now, the one that has sort of a mini interval in between, it does move round, it does oscillate much faster than the one where it's the continuous spray. And I imagine this is just to do with the impact that the sprinkler's moving at as the water's coming through. So all you got to do is you just hook it up to your hose pipe like you would any sort of sprinkler, plonk it wherever you want it to go in the garden, and off you go. It's you just turn the tap on, and it's as simple as that. It just starts spraying off itself. Now, one thing to mention is that it does have this cap that can be removed. And what that means is that you can connect these sprinklers up in a bit of a series. So if you have a bigger garden and you want to water it all at the same time, you can do it that way. However, if you do have a bigger garden, you can just simply move the sprinkler around, leave it on for 15-20 minutes one place, leave it on for 15-20 minutes in another place. The pattern that I'm going with at the moment is putting it on once a week on a Sunday for about 20 minutes in the morning. I am doing it in the evening this time, which it shouldn't be, but I just forgot this morning to put it on earlier on. So usually I put it on maybe about 8:30, 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning, leave it on for 20 minutes, give it a really good watering. Because a lot of the things that I've seen and read online is that if you give it a longer water less frequently, then it's just encouraging that root growth then, so the roots can get deeper into the soil. And they're not just going to be shallow roots of grass that's being watered every day or every other day. Now, I do think this sprinkler is worth the money. I think for the features it comes with and the fact that it's got a relatively lowish price from Costco, I would say it's worth buying. I am aware that you can go to places like garden centres, or you can go to places like Home Bargains and buy cheap sprinklers for just a few quid and you can do the job. However, I think if you want something to last the test of time, you're probably ideal going with a more reputable brands. Now, saying this, the first one I had went to pot, so obviously not great advice and probably got a lot of faith in this, more than probably what I should have. However, I am hoping it was just a faulty model on the one I had previously, and fingers crossed this one does the job that it's supposed to do. Now, before I finish this video, I just want to show the grass off to show you how it's getting on so far for anyone who's interested. So I applied fertiliser back in March, April time, I want to say. I think it was April. walked up and down the evergreen 4-in-1. So I had the sprinkler, not the sprinkler, I had the spreader, that's it, I had the spreader that it came with, and I walked up and down in stripes. Now, the grass started to go green in stripes, and I thought it's because I didn't distribute the fertiliser properly. And when I've been on and applied the fertiliser in the patches that were lighter, so the ones that didn't seem to be affected by the fertiliser last time, I can't really tell where I applied it, and it just seems as if the old patches have gone even darker, even though I've applied no fertiliser to them. You can even see that some of the grass blades are actually going over this really sort of dark blue colour, whereas the lighter patches is sort of like a light lime green. Now, I have no clue what's going on with this at the moment. A lot of the things I'm seeing online from gardens seems to be to do with US gardens with different grass types. Whereas if anyone's got the same sort of problem I've got in the UK, if you could let me know what I'm doing wrong, I'd be more than happy to listen. Someone did mention in the comments that's because of the direction that I cut the grass. I have been cutting the grass in alternate directions, so I've been going horizontally one week and then vertically the next. So I'm not sure it's because of that. Someone did mention the fertiliser, so I did think it was that, but obviously after applying that second batch of fertiliser down, it doesn't really seem to have done the grass many favours. So if anyone has any sort of remedy to get the grass all one shade of green, I'll be really glad to listen, and I'll be thankful for the help. So if you did like this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do like getting all the comments because people give me advice of things I didn't know. And like my channel title says, I am a novice at all of this. I hope I don't come across as if I've got all the answers, because I'm very far from it. If anything, I'm doing this whole YouTube thing to get answers, to try and make the lawn presentable and ideally something that I can get better at as time goes on. So like I said before, thanks for watching.